Hey there, Taurus. I hope you're having a great week. I hope that you're creating all the things you want to create in life right now. I know it's kind of a weird time, but it's springtime. Good things are coming. It's probably coming up to your birthday month, or if you're born, in April, you could be in your birthday month already. So I guess you'll be having a birthday soon, whether it's at the end of this month or next month, which is always exciting. I mean, even when one is older, one can still enjoy birthdays. I think my birthday candles this year almost burned down the house, but that's okay because it was a lot of fun. So, anyway, I hope you're doing really well, and I'm going to do a very quick and simple weekly reading for you, which is going to be for the 22nd to the 28th of April. So let's dive in and see what we've got. I'm just going to do a quick little 6-card reading. Sometimes these small readings can be quite concise. So let's see what we've got. Okay. Love this card. It's a fabulous card of happiness, celebration, bringing people in. Hopefully you can or are doing that. I know things are a bit nutty right now. A lot of us are feeling this, the Hanged Man, kind of being in a limbo situation, although the Hanged Man is kind of good in the sense that it's time to regroup, time to go within and figure out what your strengths are and what you can do next, what your next stage is. I kind of like the Hanged Man. I mean, it looks like somebody's not in a very good situation. I mean, nobody wants to be stuck. But it doesn't have to be a card of being stuck. It's a card of, sometimes it's adapting to situations in unique ways. I find that you can come up with some pretty resourceful ideas when you're in this introspective kind of stage. So maybe you're doing something like that right now, trying to figure out your life, what's going on here. I know I'm spending a lot of time doing this. It's not my favorite stage. I'm not really a meditative type, but maybe you are. And if you are, that's really good. That can really help with a lot of things. So that's what that's about. But this is about happiness and celebration. I call this the Fezziwig card. You might have heard me say that if you've seen a reading of mine before. Fezziwig is the guy in A Christmas Carol, Scrooge's old boss, who, threw a really great party and was a great guy to work for and all of that wonderful stuff. And that's how I always think of this, somebody bringing people together. There are all these cups and being a good host. And I've gotten this card along with other cards for a wedding. So sometimes it can be there is a major life event that is creating, the need for celebration and happiness and bringing people in. But generally, this is a very good card. It can also mean that you have the resources to do such a thing, a big enough home, finances to be able to bring people in, that sort of thing. So very, very, very positive card. And this, of course, is a very positive card. It's all about fast action, something coming in very quickly to create new growth, to create something really quite wonderful. Very strong action card. Something's going to happen. Usually something very positive. Sometimes this card's called the Arrows of Love. It can mean a love relationship rushing in quickly and in a very exciting way. And this card, the Eight of Cups, is all about somebody who is sometimes dissatisfied with what they have, and they need to look at what they have and be happy and thankful for that, because this person is going off to search for the missing cup. Yet, on the other hand, because life isn't easy and these decisions can't always be nicely clear cut the way we might like them to be, on the other hand, it could mean that there really is something missing in your life and you do need to go on a mission to find it. I mean, it all depends on you, right? Because it's all about perception, and the only person who really matters is you, your perception, because that's how you will create your life. Excuse me, I have allergies and I'm dying. And the other thing is, whoever you take care of, your children, your family, Whoever you take care of obviously also matters because it will affect them. But maybe you're footloose and fancy free. Maybe you don't have to take care of anybody. Maybe you can do whatever the hell you please. So, or maybe you can find a way to do it without deserting everybody if you do have people. There's always a solution. Um, Always a way to compromise, to work things out, to make arrangements, to, maybe right this second isn't the time for this thing, but maybe you can figure out a way to do it when the time does come. Start doing the research, start, taking the steps so that you know more about whatever the thing is. I'm not good at that. I tend to rush in, and sometimes that works out famously, and sometimes it's a screaming disaster. So, you guys, Taurus, tend to be a little bit more thoughtful and earthy and better at that stuff. So I have faith in you that you will be able to decide here. And then we've got the Star, which is a wonderful card, especially right now. Everything's kind of tumultuous in the world. So the Star is a great card. We'll come back to this. This card is just one of those things where you guys do a lot for a lot of people. Most Taurus people I know are the kind of people that other people go to because they have that earthy quality and character that people want to gravitate to because maybe they don't have that. Maybe they're a little bit off the wall or whatever. And there's something about this home-like, not every Taurus is like this, but even when they're not, they have an underlying feeling of this. Like I can feel the vibe immediately of taking on all these things, and especially like you guys are so fiercely I don't want to say protective. I mean, you are protective of your family, but there's something more to it than that. It's like an earthiness. There's like a connection between you and people that's very interesting and very I hate to keep saying the word earthy, but that's all I can. Natural. It's like a natural instinct about dealing with people and protection and kind of a hominess about it, a comfort, and so people gravitate toward that. But sometimes you guys take on way too much. Like you take on other people's trauma, their burdens, their I'm not seeing anything like this in this card, but it is just a thing that Taurus people sometimes do. But they also do, oh yeah, I can help you with that. Then everybody asks you to do all these things. It could be your family, your friends, it could be work stuff, whatever it is. You are not ones to tend to say no about a lot, and you've got so many things going and so many balls in the air, and then before you know it, poor Taurus is like trying to carry a bunch of sticks, and there are either too many, the burden seems too great, you can't see ahead of you because you can't even organize it properly. It can be inefficient because, as you can see, this guy could certainly carry those sticks a different way and figure out, or maybe put down some of them and come back to it in a while. Don't do it right this second, So you have to figure that out, you guys, because this is a card that you'll probably often get in life. And I'm finding this card is coming up for everybody lately. And I think that because so many people have gone remote in their work and or their home, and now now they're trying to be in some ways even worse Superman or Superwoman than they did before, because even when there's the hassle of having to go to work and the traffic and all that nonsense and whatever that entails, there sometimes for some people, and you guys are really organized, so maybe this is for you, sometimes having the separation of work, place, and home is better because trying to combine it all is very difficult, even if you are organized, even if you are good at usually juggling and stuff, it's just really hard when it's all kind of mixed into one basket. So figure out what's going on here. You are doing something good. I mean, this is not a negative card. It's a card about doing action, and doing action tends to always be good, even if it's a bit troublesome. So you'll figure it out. I guarantee you will. And you will be able to do this in a better way, or reduce it a bit so that you don't have to be too stressed out. And then we've got the star. And think about how this is relating to your week. I mean, this could be a long-term thing. Any of these things could be. But think about, especially this one relating to your week. Like, what could you put aside to later so that you don't have to be stressed out? But the star is so great because the star is a card of hope. It's like a purification card, I would say. You have all this stuff burdening you and whatever, and the star is like, you see that light at the end of the tunnel, or it's a reminder to see that light at the end of the tunnel, because everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. It really, really is, because you're making things happen. You're going to make things happen. Action will be, required to create what we want. I mean, that's just a fact. But you're doing it, and things are going to be okay, and there is absolutely nothing bad going on here that I can see, other than a little bit of inefficiency, perhaps, and, maybe you can't do all the things you want to do right now. But I think everything's going to work out okay. We're going to have a great spring. We're going to have a great summer ahead. And I think you guys are so good at handling things that it's going to work out well for you. And I'd like to hear about it. If you have anything you want to tell me, please do. And you have a great week ahead, and I will talk to you soon.